And why is that distracting?
Okay, we're going somewhere warm. Okay, we're gonna melt. We're gonna melt your car. Anyways, we're gonna flash forward 20 years and take you to Bohemia.
Right. Which is way more colorful, way more warm.
Yes.
Right.
But since we're flash forwarding 20 years, we can't use the same people to play the kings and the queens.
So we found older, wiser.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it. We found wiser, more mature people to play the kings. And we already use the same people to play their children.
Right.
So, come on out.
Guys?
Yes.
See, I told you I could make them shave.
Anyway, you're gonna be playing the king and queen's daughter, Perdita, the little baby. Yep. All right.
And you will be playing King Leonti's son, Numilius.
The baby with the hair. And you are going to be playing King Polixenes' son, Florizel. All right. The resemblance is striking. Anyways, oh, you two are brother and sister. But your mom never told you where you came from.
However, there was this little box that, has kind of been kept secret from you.
You don't know what's inside.
Right.
What was it?
What's in the box?
Gwyneth Paltrow's head. You asked. Anyways, this is getting out of control. It's getting out of control. You picked it. Okay. Let's get in place, please. Come on.
You asked for this.
I'm exhausted.
Oh, nothing. We're going to start that.
Woo, it's going to be like this. Okay, now we're going to take you to Bohemia 20 years later.
I pray thee, good Camillo, be no more importunate.
It is 20 years since I saw my country, and though I have for the most part been aired abroad, I desire to lay my bones there.
As thou lovest me, Camillo, of that fatal country, Sicily, prithee speak no more, whose very name punished me with the remembrance of that penitent, as thou callest him, and reconsul king my brother, whose loss of his most precious queen and children are even now to be fresh lamented. Say to me, when sawest thou the Prince Florizel, my son? Kings are no less unhappy, their issues not being gracious, than they are in losing them when they approve their virtues.
Sir, it is 3 days since I saw the prince. What his happier affairs may be are to me unknown, but I have missingly noted he is of late much retired from court, and is less frequent in his princely exercises than formerly he hath appeared.
I have considered so much, Camillo, and with some care, so far that I have eyes in my service that look upon his remoteness, from whom I have this intelligence, that he is seldom from the house of the most homely shepherdess. A woman, they say, from very nothing and beyond the imagination of her neighbors, has grown to an unbelievable estate.
I have heard, sir, of such a woman, who hath a daughter of most rare note. The report is extended more than we thought to get from such a cottage.
Thou shalt accompany us to this place, where we will, not appearing what we are, have some question with the shepherdess, whose simplicity I think it not too uneasy to gain the cause my son resort to. My best Camillo, we must disguise ourselves.
Let me see. What am I to buy for a shearing feast? 3 pounds of sugar, 5 pounds of currants, rice. What will this sister of mine do with rice? The mother has made her the mistress of the feast, and she lays it on. She has made me 420 nosegays for the shearing. 3 man-song men all, and very good ones. Most of the movements have bases. With one Puritan amongst them, and he sings songs to all pipes. Saffron for the word pies and eggs. And dates. No, those are out of my note. Ice. 2. Ginger.
Ooh, a bird!
And, as
not shepherdess, but Flora, peering on all April's font. So this year's sheep shearing or is a meeting of the petty gods, which you leave.
Oh, sir, to chide at your strings it not becomes me. Ooh, pardon that I named them. Your high self-gracious mark of the land you have obscured with a swain's wearing. While me, poor lonely maid, most goddess-like, break it up. But that our feasts in every house have folly, and the feeders digested with the custom, I should blush to see thee so attired. Sworn, I think, to show myself a glance. Even now, I tremble to think your father, by some accident, should pass this way, as you did. Oh, the face! How would he look to see his noble work so vilely found out? What would he say? Or how should I, in these my borrowed flaunts, behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity. Were the gods themselves humbling their deities to low to take shapes of beasts upon them? Jupiter became a bull.
No.
And below the green Neptune became ram. And bleeding ram. And the fire of God golden Apollo.
Apollo.
My poor humble swain as I am. Even their transformations were never for a piece of beauty more rare, nor in a way so chaste, since my desires run not before mine honor or my lust for ugly life.
Oh, but sir, your resolution cannot hold when 'tis opposed, as must be, by the power of the king. One of these will speak and become necessities that you must change this purpose, or I my life.
Yeah. With these forced thoughts I pray they darken not the mirth of feasts. Yet, I will be thine, or not my father's. For I cannot be my own, nor anything to any, if I be not thine. To this I am most constant. Though destiny say no, be merry. Strangle such thoughts as those with anything that you behold a while. You get so coming. Lift up her countenance as if today were the nuptial which we both have sworn to last.
Oh, thanks, Governor. You retired as if you're the feasted one and not the hostess of this meeting. Pray, bid these unknown friends just welcome, for it is a way to make us better friends. Or no. Come, quench your blushes, present yourself that which you are, mistress of the feast. Come on, and let us welcome to your sheep shearing, as your good flocks shall prosper. Sirs, welcome. 'Tis my mother's will that I should take on me the hostessship of the day. Reverend sirs, for you there's rosemary, and rue. These keep singing and savor all winter long. Grace and remembrance be to you both, and welcome to our shearing.
Shepherdess, a fair one are you. Well, you fit our ages with the flowers of winter.
Certainly you're growing ancient, not yet on summer's death, nor on the birth of trembling winter. The fairest flowers of the season are our carnations and our streaked gillyvors, which some call nature's bastards. Of these kind our rustic gardens bear, and I care not to get slips of them.
Oh, wherefore, gentlemen, do you neglect them?
For I've heard it is said there is a piedness in which there are shares of great creating nature.
Say there be. Yet nature is made better by no means, but nature makes the means. So only art which you say adds to nature is an art that nature makes. Sweet maid, we marry a gentler side to the wildest sky, and it may conceive a bark of baser kind by bud of nobler race. This is an art that mends nature, changed it rather, but the art itself is nature.
So it is!
They make your garden rich in gillivores, and do not call them bastards.
Here's flowers for you. Hot lavender, mint, come your time of day, daffodils that come before the swallow bears and take the wings of March with beauty. Violets, dim, yet sweeter than the lids of Juno's eyes. Lilies of all kinds, the flower Dulce being one of them. I would have had some of these to make you garlands of, and to strew my sweet friend o'er and over.
When you speak, sweet, I'd have you do whatever. And when you sing, I'd have you buy and sell, so to give alms. Pray so. And in the ordering of your affairs, Fox, will you dance? Oh. I wish you away with the sea, that you do nothing but that. And oh no other function. Each you're doing so singular and in particular that how much you're doing in the present that all your acts.
Florizel, your praises are too large, but that your youth and the true blood which beat the fair through it, do plainly give you out an unstained shepherd. With wisdom on my fear, my Florizel, you wooed me the false way.
I think you have as little to fear as I have purpose to put you to come or dance. Your hands, my Perdita, so turtles pair that never means part.
I swear by it.
This is the prettiest little one that ever ran the Greece world. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself. Too noble for this place.
He chose something that makes her love. Oh, good Sue. She's the queen of courtesy. Now, we stand upon the red strong, good sister. Straight up.
Woo!
What fair sweat is this that dances with your daughter?
Well, they call him Florizel. He boasts himself to have a worthy feeding. But I have it on his own report, and I believe it. He looks like Sue. He says he loves my daughter. I think so, too. Never gaze the moon upon the waters. He will stand and breathe toward my daughter's eyes. And to be plain, it's not happy yet until he loves the other best.
She dances feebly.
So she does anything. But I record it. That should be silent. If young Florizel do light upon her, she shall give him that which he not dreamed of.
Mother, there's 3 carters, 3 shepherds, and neat herds, and 3 swineherds, and 3 friends, and 2 girls, and 1 bunch of victory, who've all made themselves well fair. Come, have a dance, they say, well, please.
Oh, wait. We none of it. Oh. There has been too much homemade over here already. I know,
No,
sir.
no. Whoa.
No, you really know that refreshing. Pray see these lovely. Tis time to darken. He is simple and tells me. How now, fair shepherd? Your heart is full of something that keeps your mind from feasting. Come, let me hear what you profess. Come.
Well, were I crowned the most imperial monarch thereof reserved, were I the fairest youth that ever made eye swerve, had I force, knowledge was ever man's, I would not prize them without her. For her, employ them all, command them and condemn them to her service, or to their own permission.
Fairly offered.
This shows a sound affection.
My daughter say you delight to him? I cannot speak so well. No, nothing so well. No learning better. The pattern of my thoughts. I cut out purity. Take hands, a bargain. And friends unknown, you shall bear witness. I give my daughter to him, and she'll make her portion equal to his.
That should be in the virtue of your daughter. One being dull. I shall have more than you can dream of yet. Enough then for your life.
Come, your hand. Daughter, yours.
Soft, sway, well, beseech you. Have you not a father?
I have, sir, but what of?
Knows he of this?
He neither does nor shall.
Methinks the father that the nuptial of a son is the guest that best becomes the table. I pray you once more, Is not your father grown incapable of reasonable affairs?
No, sir, he has his health, and ampler strength indeed than many at his age.
The father, all whose joy is nothing else but fair prosperity, should hold some counsel in such a business.
My grave sir, I not acquaint my father with this business.
Let him know it.
Oh, he shall not.
Prithee, let him.
He must not.
Tell him, my son, he shall not need to grieve at knowing of thy choice.
Come. He must not. Now, mark our contract.
Mark your divorce, young son! Whom son I dare not call. Thou art too base to be acknowledged. Thou a scepter's heir that thus affects a sheep-hook? Old traitor, I am sorry that by hanging thee I could but shorten your life 1 week.
Nay, but there is no good speech.
And thou, fresh piece of excellent witchcraft, who of force must know the royal fool thou coast with?
Oh, my heart.
And you, enchantment, if ever henceforth thou rule latches to his entrance open, I will devise a death as cruel for thee that art tender to it. It was a lovely shearing.
Oh, shear this! Oh, even now I'm done! I was not much afeard, for once or twice I was about to speak and tell him plainly that the self-same sun that shines on his court, it's not its visage from our cottage, but looks on both alike. Oh, please you, sir, be gone! I told you what would come of this! Your own state, have a care. Stream of mine now, being awake, I'll queen it no inch further, but milk my ewes. I can't speak, or think, or dare to know that which I know. Oh, cursed wretch, who knewest this was the prince, and was adventured to mingle fate with him? Undone. If I might die within this hour, I have lived to die when I desire.
Why look you so upon me? I am sorry, but not afeard. Delayed, but not altered. What I was, I am. More straining on for plucking back, not following my leash unwillingly.
My lord, you know your father's temper. Come not before.
I'll not purpose it. If for my succession, wipe me. I am heir to my protection.
This is desperate, sir.
So call it, but it does fulfill my vow. I must needs think it honesty, not for Bohemia, or the pomp that may be threat gleaned will I break my oath to this, my beloved. Therefore, as you have ever been my father's honored friend, if he should miss me, as I mean not to see him anymore, cast your good counsels upon his passions. Let ourselves and fortune tug from time to time.
Oh, my lord. Would your spirit were easier for advice, or stronger for your need?
Hark, Ida, I'll hear you by and by.
Look, my lord. I think you have heard of my poor services and the love that I have borne your father.
Most nobly have you deserved. It is my father's music to sing your deeds. I feel of his care to have been recompensed and thought on.
Well, my lord, if you may please to think I love the king, and through him what is nearest to him, which is your gracious self, embrace with my direction. Have you thought on a place where to you'll go?
Well, not any yet, but we profess ourselves to be the slaves of chance and fly on every wind that blows.
Then listen to me. This occurs if you will not change your purpose, but undergo this flight. Make for Sicilia, and there present yourself and your fair princess. Methinks I see Leontes opening his free arms and weeping his welcomes forth. As see the sun, forgiveness.
I swear in the Father's person. Things known betwixt us three, I'll write you down, the which shall point you forth at every sitting what you must say, that ye shall not perceive, but that you hold your father's bosom there and speak his very heart.
I am bound to you.
Your pardon, sir, for this I'll blush you thanks.
Oh, Perdita, but oh, the thorns we stand upon. Camillo, preserver of my father and now of me, medicine of our house. How shall we do?
My lord, I think you know my fortunes do lie there. It shall be so my care to have you royally appointed as if the scene you play were mine, eh? But these letters, by this means being there so soon as you arrive, shall clear that out.
And those that you'll procure from King Leontes.
Shall satisfy your father.
Oh, happy be you! Everything you speak is fair.
Perdita, what we have claimed for God. Fortune speed us, Camillo. Thus we set on to the seaside.
The swifter speed, the better. What I shall do next is to tell the king of this escape and whither they're bound. My hope, wherein I shall so prevail the force of after. Oh, in whose company I shall review Sicilia, for whose sight I have a woman's longing.
There's no other way but to tell the king that we are yours.
Nay, but hear me.
Nay, but hear me. We being not your flesh and blood, your flesh and blood is not offended. The king, so your flesh and blood cannot be punished by it. Show us things that you found about us, those secret things.
We will to the king. There is that in this Fardell will make him scratch his chin. No way. I will tell them all.
To borrow is to take, and I have borrowed all my notes from life, and I can't get through. To borrow instead is the only regret.
Sir, you have done enough and performed a saint-like sorrow. No fault could you make which you have not redeemed. Indeed, paid down more penitence than done trespass. At the last, do as the heavens have done. Forget your evils and forgive yourself.
Whilst I remember her and her virtues, I cannot forget my blemishes and so still think of the wrong I did myself, which was so much that Erelus hath made my kingdom, and destroyed the sweetest companion that e'er man read his books of.
True, too true, my lord, for it's not the divine Apollo says, not the tenor of his oracle, that King Leontes shall not have an heir till his lost children be reborn.
Thou speakest truth, no more such wives, therefore no wife.
Yet, if my lord will marry, if you will, sir, no remedy but you will, give me the office to choose you a queen. She shall not be so young as was your former, but she shall be such as walked with your first queen's ghost. It should take joy to see her in your arms.
My true Paulina, we shall not marry till thou biddest us.
That shall be, sir, when your first queen's again in breath, never till then.
One that gives out himself Prince Florizel, son of Polixenes, and his princess, she of the fair side yet beheld, desire access to your high presence.
What with him? He comes not like to his father's greatness. His approach so out of circumstance and sudden, it tells us 'Tis not a visitation framed, but forced by need and accident. Pray, see them in.
Had our prince, jewel of children, seen this hour, he had fared well with this lord. There was not a full month between their births.
Prithee, no more. Cease. Thou knowest he dies to me again when talked of. Sure. When I shall see this gentleman, thy speeches will bring me to consider that which may unfurnish me of reason. They are come.
Excuse thou.
Your mother was most true to wedlock, Prince, for she did print your royal father off conceiving you. Were I but 21, your father's image is so hid in you, his very air, that I should call you brother as I did him. Speak of something wildly by us performed before, most dearly welcome, and your fair princess. Goddess. Alas, I lost a couple that, twixt heaven and earth, might thus have stood begetting wonder as you, gracious couple, do. And then I lost all mine own folly, the society, amity, too, of your brave father, whom, though bearing misery, I desire my life once more to look on.
By his command have I here touched Cecilia, and from him give you all the greetings that a king can send. A friend. And but infirmity, which waits upon warm times, has something seized his wished ability. He had himself traveled the lands and waters twixt your throne and his, and measured to look upon you, whom he loves. He bade me say so, more than all the scepters and those that bear them living.
Blessed gods, purge all the infection from our air, whilst you do climate here. You have a holy father, a graceful gentleman, against whose person, so sacred as it is, I have done sin, for which the heavens, taking angry note, have left me issueless. And your father's blessed, as he from heaven merits it with you, worthy his goodness. What might I have been? Might I, a son and daughter, now have looked on such goodly things as you?
Please you, great sir, Bohemia greets you from himself by me. Desires you to attach his son, who has his dignity and duty both cast off, fled from his father, and with a shepherdess's daughter.
Where is Bohemia? Speak.
Well, here in your city. I now come from him. I speak amazingly, and it becomes my marvel and my message. To your court, while he was hastening in the chase, it seems, of this young couple, meets he on the way the mother of this seeming lady and her brother, having both their country quitted with this young prince.
Milo has betrayed me, whose honor and honesty till now I thought endured all others.
My poor mother. The heavens set spies against us, which will not see our contract celebrated.
You are married.
No, good sir, and nor are we like to be. The stars, it seems, will kiss the valleys first, both odds for highs and lows alike.
My lord, is this the daughter of a king?
She is, when once she is my wife.
That once I see by your good father's speed will come on very slowly.
Sir, I beseech you, remember that since you owe no more to time than I do now, with thoughts of such affection step forth mine advocate. At your request, my father would grant precious things as trifles.
Would he do so, I'd beg your precious mistress, which he counts but a trifle.
Sir, not a month before your queen died, she was worth such gazes as what you look on now.
I will to your father. Your honor, not o'erthrown by your desires. I am friend to them and you, upon which errand I now go toward him. Therefore follow me, and mark what way I make. Come, good my lord.
The news, Camillo.
Nothing but bonfires, the oracles fulfilled.
You do your part.
Yes, and you do yours.
We honor you with trouble, but we came to see the statue of our queen. Your gallery that we passed through, not without much content and many